Da 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 ya, da 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 ya. Musicals with cheese.
Hello, I'm Jesse McAnally.
And I'm Andrew DeWolf.
And I'm Liz Eston.
And welcome to Musicals with Cheese, a podcast where I try to get Andrew and Liz to like musical theater. How are you doing, guys? It's the Broadway Con team reunited.
Oh boy, and we're talking about more nonsense.
Such nonsense.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I feel like
it is uncharitable. It is uncharitable.
But Andrew, how are you doing today?
You know, I just found this new app.
All right.
And it's like one of those apps. What do they call them? It's like an AS app. You know?
No, I don't. Please elaborate.
It was created by the Voices.
What?
What?
But you don't know what I'm talking about? It was created by the Voices, and there's an entire world inside of your phone, and you get sucked in.
No.
But basically, I'm a pop star now.
How many followers do you have?
Yeah, you can call me Gaston. That's what they call me in.
Do you have a French accent in this app?
Yeah, and I'm able to sing, so you know,
well,
it's a big deal. I'm a big deal.
But are you able to sing in real life, like in human world?
It's complicated trauma stuff, you know.
Oh, so you can only sing in the app.
I can only sing in the app.
It's unfortunate.
No one
Am I doing
sings
this
in
right?
the app as Gaston. No one takes a crap like Gaston.
Am I nailing the plot here? Am I on the right track?
I'd say you're about a 6 out of 10. In case you haven't picked up on what we were throwing down this week, we are talking about the anime musical Belle. Cue the music, Brie.
On the wings of a small, simple melody, words take flight and soar, they carry me. A world will see, looking for a farewell. I pull the threads. A life without you I cannot accept. I can't tell that lie. I can't let go.
So Belle is an anime musical written by Mamoru Hosoda, with music and lyrics by Tatsai Awazaki, Ludwig Forssell, Yuta Bando, and Miho Saki, based on Beauty and the Beast by Gabrielle Suzanne Barbeau de Villeneuve. It premiered...
All of these names are so hard.
The French. Oh, God.
I got to the end, though.
Okay,
I think I did all right.
Golf claps.
It premiered on July 16, 2021 in Japan, with a January 14, 2022 release in the United States, and got a 14-minute standing ovation at Cannes. The plot of Belle is a high school student becomes a globally beloved singer after entering a fantastic virtual world called You. She soon embarks on an emotional and epic quest to uncover the identity of a mysterious beast who's on the run from ruthless vigilantes. All right. What did we think of Belle? And also, I do want to say, this is a Patreon request from Cinemageddon Reviews, Sebastian, over on our Patreon. Thank you for supporting us and suggesting us talk about it. It is a little out of our wheelhouse. What do we think about Belle?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, it's a very hit or miss movie, in my opinion. There's some really good looking art, and the music is actually pretty good most of the time, if it doesn't really make sense as a musical. It feels like a lot of the songs are just like being sung, and I can't really tell
Performances, so to say.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Bob Fosse Cabaret counts as a musical, I think we can count this.
True. So we'll count it. And I feel like the music is generally pretty good, and it looks pretty nice. But then you have some weird stuff, like it does the technology thing where somebody who didn't understand how computers work made this, or you know. And then the way the Beast talks is extremely funny in a way that I don't think they intended.
Let's say we watched the dub, not the sub, because we are ruthless, terrible people that watch things badly.
True. I was not given an option. Jess sent me one file and said, this is it. So I didn't get a choice. I probably would have preferred to watch the sub. But yes, the dub, there's some iffy voice acting on certain characters. Yeah, what did you guys think?
Liz, why don't you go first?
Okay. I like to start this with I am very deeply attached to the 1991 Disney Beauty and the Beast.
Well, I mean, this is very different.
So, but
I'm
there's
very
a lot
attached to the 2017 Disney live-action Beauty and the Beast.
That's unfortunate.
Not funny. That isn't a funny joke.
It's not a funny joke, Jess. There's a lot of references and nods to the 91 version. I'm like, that's cool, but there's like 5 too many. But
They almost have Gaston. There's like
Yeah.
an almost Gaston character that
Yeah.
not quite, but
You've
kind of
said
is.
like 500 different musical characters are almost Gaston.
Well, I mean, this one, literally speaking, is almost Gaston.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Liz,
in a literal
continue.
sense. Yeah, thank you. I liked a lot of it. It looked great. It was very pretty. The plot goes some weird directions, and there's some tone shifts that feel abrupt. Like,
Is
Yeah.
that just our cultural, like,
and that could be it.
differences
Yeah.
as us wanting beginning, middle, and end resolution, all those things that we're in tune to because of how Western films are released and shown to us?
Maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not going to claim to be any sort of anime weeb or anyone that's like super into that or aware of that culture. I know that is a big subset of the internet, and me and Andrew had a conversation about it earlier today. The only
Yes.
anime I've ever seen beginning to end is Les Miserables Shoujo Cosette because Les Mis. And
I have never watched until today an anime all the way through.
I've seen like
I have
half
watched-
of A Promised Neverland.
I've watched the entire story mode of Guilty Gear Strive, which is a fighting game that is anime, and it is extremely funny because it doesn't make any sense. But
I
that's
mean-
the closest to an anime I've ever watched.
Are either of you into the world of Miyazaki or anything like that?
I've seen like 2 of his movies.
I've not seen.
I've seen Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away.
I've seen most of Miyazaki's movies. None of them hit with me, except one, which I think is just at the time I found it. I really love Kiki's Delivery Service. I think that movie is incredible and but it has no narrative. It's much like this where things just kind of happen and the movie ends, and it's a very slice of life kind of movie, and it brings me joy to watch it. Belle, I tried to go in with as open a mind as I could. Because I knew sometimes just cultural differences make different narratives, and that's a good and beautiful thing. And I agree with what you guys are saying, but I still liked it.
I did enjoy it.
This is a strangely, I tried to do research into this movie, specifically about how people react to it on the interwebs. And it's kind of like the most divisive film of 2021 if you're in the animated community.
And why is that?
I don't know. It's either like you absolutely adore this, it really speaks to you, or it's the worst film you've ever seen and you're gonna make 50 video essays about it. If you go on YouTube and just type in Belle
Is it
review.
because there's a girl in it, though?
No, it's strangely all about like, there wasn't enough world building. And I'm like, no. Who gives a shit about world building at a certain
If
point?
anything, what I didn't like is that the world building that did exist didn't make any sense.
I don't even. The thing is, I don't care
Like,
about
they're
world.
just able to, like, video call people, like, just
They have like
whenever they want.
they have like magical AirPods that like fully embrace them in a universe while also staying in the real world.
I kind of like the fact that it doesn't just sit down and explain everything to you, that you're kind of forced to pick things up based on just how people use things. I actually kind of appreciated that and how they didn't like just full on explain it. It just made the world feel a little bit more lived in, because if everyone knows what a thing does and how it works, they're not going to sit and explain it. I don't know. I just kind of dug that. So I didn't care because at least up to the hour point, most of the emotional beats were hitting for me, especially like her backstory with her mother and how that was explained and how that affected her music and how she sang. I was like, all of this makes sense to me. Emotionally, it's hitting home, so I don't really give a shit if I don't really 100% get the day by day of how the U works. But then the Beast kind of comes in and changes the movie a bit.
Yeah.
So I feel like when there starts being, like, actual stakes, it starts to not make sense. Like, okay, Belle gets, like, captured by the Gaston stand-in who
The
wants to
Power
reveal
Rangers.
her. Yeah, and so why doesn't she just log off? like, is there a reason she's being held captive. Like, cause, technically she's just standing next to her phone, right? Like in the real world, couldn't she just log off? That's bye.
I mean, you wouldn't want to end that conversation either.
Yeah, but is it in? I feel like there's another movie like Ready Player One, right? Don't they explain in that movie that you have to like do something to log off, and that's why that they can't just log off anytime they want?
Never watched that movie.
I read the book and watched the movie, so I should know this. But I think they explain that like when you're like in a certain the character that does get trapped, they're trapped within the evil corporation of the world, so they literally cannot take the headset off.
Yeah.
Like they're forced. Like she's forced to have it on. Like she cannot rip it off.
The thing is, here I don't care about any of that as long as the story is emotionally satisfying us and makes narrative sense. If that makes sense, none of that really matters to me as much as that happens. And I think the fact that most people are noticing that as opposed to just ignoring it is because emotionally it kind of drops the ball there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like the second like half of the movie is like we have to figure out who the Beast is.
And I don't understand the why there. Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to dox this poor guy?
Well, yeah, and then they're like looking for him, and like it's so bizarre. My favorite scene in the whole thing is when they Google contemporary artist and find a picture of a guy that has the same like pattern on his back that the Beast does. And they're like, oh, this might be him because in the real world he kind of looks like that. So, and then they video call him, and he gets all edgy and angry and blocks his camera with his hand. And it's like, why didn't you just not pick up the video call?
And then there's sometimes where they just come into a live stream. Like,
yeah. Like there's a button you can click to call into a live stream on like where it was presumably YouTube based on the error screen when they logged off. So
yeah, remember when the child abuse gets streamed and everyone likes to watch it?
It's my favorite show.
Just a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Is it like Live Leak?
Yeah, and so the character that actually is the Beast is like the older
Kai.
brother.
Kai,
of this,
he's 14.
Yeah, and his younger sibling gets bullied by his dad, abused is probably a more accurate word, and the older brother Kai protects him and gets bruises on his back emotionally because of it. It's like the meme where the one guy stands over the sleeping child and knives fall from the sky.
Andrew literally sent me this meme and said it'll make sense once you finish Belle.
Did it make sense?
It didn't hit me until Suzu actually does it. I feel like we've gone too far. We haven't even explained the basic plot. Could you please do that for me, Andrew?
Okay, yeah. So the main character is Suzu. Am I saying that?
Suzu. It's like
Suzu.
Suzanne.
Yeah.
Yes, which I guess means Belle. They explain that.
Yeah, it means Belle in the native language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Belle also means beautiful in French if we're gonna go fancy wee wee.
You just shut up.
Yes, this movie isn't French.
Yeah, but it's spelled French.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of comments on how it's spelled.
Yeah, why don't you shut up then, Andrew?
Jeez. Okay. Can I keep going?
No.
Yes, you can.
Yes, Andrew, you can.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, but I'm pretty sure Suzu's mother dies trying to save like a child in the river?
She gives her life jacket.
Yeah, and then she drowns.
Yeah.
And I want to say that scene specifically is very well executed, and the snot and tears coming down Suzu's eyes is like so specifically the way children cry. I really like that scene.
Yeah. Very sad. She can't sing anymore because of it, is I think the implication.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So she is unpopular in school because I guess she is. She's weird, I guess.
I don't even think she's super unpopular. She just gets picked on by like two specific girls.
Yeah, and she has a friend who I can't remember the name of, but
like
in
a little nerdy friend, like
Hiroka,
the best friend character.
I think's her name.
Hiroka.
Hiroka? Yeah, I think so.
That may be correct. It doesn't really matter because the friend doesn't do anything.
She is moral support.
She's like the agent of the.
She's the girl in the chair.
Yeah, she's the girl in the chair.
She's the Wade of this movie.
What's the sitch?
What's the sitch?
What's the sitch? How's the concert going?
Yeah, I mean, she kind of is, because eventually Suzu creates an account on You, which I guess is a program created by the Voices, which is never explained in the slightest. It's well, except for at the very beginning where they tell you that that's what happened, except for we don't know who the Voices are, we don't know any of this shit. So, and it scans you and makes an avatar for you based on your soul.
Can we pause here? Some of the, I swear to God, if I turned on the U and they made me the fucking little baby, I would stop using
It's like,
that
I'm
thing.
I'm out of here.
No.
It'd be like going on to fucking like Pottermore and getting put into Slytherin. I'm like, oh, put in the Nazi group?
Oh,
I ain't playing this one.
I'm in the racist house. I should buy some merch.
But sincerely, what do you think, Liz, if you had to rate our souls on the U, what do you think we'd look like?
Jess would be a baby.
Jess would be a baby.
No, I'd be, I would be something much more annoying.
I feel
I'd
like you'd be some type of anime animal that's like hard to define the species of, who's also wearing glasses.
like the Beast.
No. Like,
No, because the beast implies that you have emotional
yeah,
trauma.
involves you emotional baggage. Yeah.
I can have a dark side, you guys. I could have a dark side.
Oh,
I'm the Beast. Isn't that how he saw?
He does talk like that. And when you see his child stuff, he's like, talks like a normal person. It's like, yeah, hello, I'm a child.
Hello, I'm a child. I'm.
What would I be?
I
Andrew,
think you'd just be the
Toad from
cowardly
Mario.
lion.
I'd be a lion.
You'd
That'd
just be the
sick.
cowardly lion from Wizard of Oz, just in there. Yeah.
Specifically the Bert Lar.
The Bert Lar one, yeah.
I mean, you're kind of already it. I'm seeing it right here.
Yeah.
And Liz, what would you be?
Probably be like an alien or something.
She'd be the weird thing that the girl in the chair was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
the
be
weird, like-
that thing.
Like
Very
the
ill-defined.
mushroom head, like tiny fairy.
Like a Mario character, but not.
Yeah,
Yeah. Toadette.
Yeah.
Toadette.
That's my main on Mario Kart.
Oh my God.
Okay, where were we?
Okay.
I lost it.
Oh, we're talking about how
yeah.
you is a thing.
You're talking about the world building that made no sense to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's already and this is another plot line that doesn't do anything or go anywhere. There's another pop sensation that's already in the U. But once Suzu joins and becomes Belle takes over as the pop sensation.
It's like Christine and Carlotta. It's Phantom of the Opera again, guys.
It's like that, except for no tension and no resolution.
Except for at the end where she's like, oh, she was a normal child. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have hated on her
Just
so
like
much.
me. She's just like me, for real.
That is the resolution of the movie. Is she just like me for real?
That's the entire ending scene.
So, and then Belle's gonna hold a big concert
In the dome.
In the dome.
It's a big
And
it's a
then
big
the
thing.
beast attacks the dome. I don't know why. It's not really explained. The beast just likes fucking around, and the Power Rangers can't. Power Rangers
He's an
can't stop
internet
him.
troll.
You're basically an internet troll.
Basically, yeah.
One of the Power Rangers is Gaston-ish character who has a lion head arm cannon that can turn you into not the you avatar and show you who you really are. For real. And he tries to shoot the beast with it to figure out who the beast is, but he misses a lot. And then the beast gets away because the beast is super badass and cool. And so Belle is like, man, I gotta figure out who the beast is. I'm gonna go follow him. And so she follows him to his creepy castle that is nobody knows where it is apparently, except for Belle finds it really easily.
She had the help of the angel, though.
Yeah.
Right.
And those guardian things outside of the castle. It's 6 walls outside of it.
And so she goes to talk with the beast, and the beast is like, get away from me. No one likes me. I'm awful. And Belle's like, I actually like you. And that's the rest of the movie.
That scene happens 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time she sings a song, and the rest of the time she just talks to him.
Yeah, there's one time she sings a song, and the song is pretty good. All the songs are pretty good.
Yeah.
They are. I like the songs.
Eventually, though, it gets to the point where the beast has to get unveiled. So they're looking for him on the computer, and Suzo hears her song being sung.
Andrew, can I ask you a question? Why does the beast need to get revealed?
Yeah, the beast has to get revealed.
Why though, Andrew? I asked a question.
He's an internet troll. Come on, got to.
No, you don't have to. I mean, I feel like if you told me the reason why he needed to be revealed, I'd understand where you're coming from. So just let me know. Why does he need to get revealed, Andrew?
He's gonna make off with your children in the night. He's gonna
Protect your women and children.
yeah. I forget the lyrics to the song.
I only know the 2017 version because that is the better version, Luke Evans.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, so they have to unveil the beast. They're on the computer. Suzo hears her song being hummed by some child, and they are able to pinpoint it through like 800. You gotta clean up your computer. You can't have windows like this. Like, just every single window is just kind of hovering around. Like, come on, organize your shit a little bit.
I'm just imagining Hero quote Jesse Slaughter's father, like, I done backtraced all them comments. I found them.
So they find a live stream of a child humming a song with one viewer, which I think is them.
I got a question.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm just imagining what service would allow a child to run a Twitch stream of just them humming?
Twitch.
Maybe. I guess I don't go on Twitch.
Okay, so after they find the live stream, they start watching it, and they're like, "Oh, well, that could be the Beast because he's singing the song but I don't think it is." And
no one else heard that song.
But I don't think it is because it doesn't seem like he's got the emotional trauma.
He don't got scars. He ain't got no scars.
He doesn't have the bruises on his back that the Beast has. And then, oh no, the dad comes into the room and is like, just the worst. And then the older brother comes in and is like hovering over him, like over the small kid, and protecting him and getting bruises on his back emotionally. And they're like, oh, well, that's him right there. That's the Beast. And then they go and find him by tracking him down. They track down the character by
Andrew,
finding
you're forgetting
what's in their window.
No, you're forgetting a very important part of this. This is actually the emotional climax of the movie, so it is kind of important that we bring this up.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the Beast yells at her, saying that you're just making fun of me, you're just a big bully. Turns it off. She's like, oh no, how are we gonna dox him now if he turned off the live stream? And she decides to go into the U as Belle and reveal herself as Suzu and sing as Suzu, and therefore repairing her entire arc that we've set up about her not being able to sing as herself. And then the entire U starts singing along with her, and it's kind of a great moment. I feel like if we didn't bring that up, it would be kind of a waste. But also, how does this tie back to the Beast story? Fuck all we know. Oh wait, because then the Beast sees it and he's like, maybe I can trust her, but maybe I can't.
Yeah, that's why it ties back.
Yeah, it doesn't really tie in that tightly.
But it is the emotional climax of the story.
Yeah, her boyfriend, her love interest is like, you need to do this as yourself so the Beast believes that you're like a good person, you want to help him.
Are we going to agree this is like top 10 worst love interests ever?
Yeah, he's kind of just annoying and doesn't even do anything. Also
in the English dub, he's voiced by Jason from The Good Place, so I was just like, why aren't you talking about jalapeno poppers and being in Florida?
The only romance that works in this movie is fucking Kayak Guy and her friend.
Oh yeah, Hunter Schafer.
Yeah. I love Kayak Guy has a sign that says canoes. Canoes are not kayaks.
And that's all he talks about.
Different. Those are two different types of boats.
I like that he just walks around in Crocs. There's a lot of things about Kayak Guy that I think fucking rolls.
Yeah, I like Kayak Guy.
But they just full on dox the Beast guy and find his house
and that's
by
a good thing.
looking at the buildings outside.
Well, in the movie's defense, he's about to say the address on a live stream, and then the internet gets cut off by evil dad. So
no, dad walks in and then like turns the internet off.
Yeah,
full Jesse Slaughter dad. Full Jesse Slaughter dad.
So they had to use
Probably
context
a good
clues.
decision by the dad though there.
Oh, my son's about to say our address live on stream.
Maybe
I'm not saying the dad was a good character, but that might have been a good decision.
No, he was a bad character. Very bad.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, maybe don't give people your address on the internet that you don't know.
This movie gives out some weird messaging to children.
But eventually they go there and Suzu's like, I'm gonna protect you from your dad, and she literally just stands between them and the dad just starts like beating her.
Scraping blood on her face and all that.
Yeah, literally scrapes blood like with his fingers like peels part of her skin off and causes bleeding. I guess that's how it's resolved, because she just kind of leaves and they have to stay with their dad still. And then the movie
that
ends.
story doesn't get resolved. Abuse is stopped by at one time stopping it, kind of.
Yeah. I guess maybe the thought is that the dad learned a lesson or something.
No,
but
he didn't.
No, I
I
don't.
don't think he did.
I think he'll just do
don't
it
think so.
again.
I think
Yeah.
he's just going to do it again, except for she won't be there the next time to stop it.
I think the Beast guy was like, "You gave me strength to fight back against my father," and it's like,
Sweetie, I don't think that's you're 14.
Yeah.
You need actual help.
yeah, maybe call the authorities.
Everyone says
not-
they'll talk to him and fix him, but they never fix him.
Yeah, that's
Is
a
there
line.
authorities to call in Japan? I don't really know how that works.
You call Mario, and he shows up, and he jumps
Comes
on
out of
your
your-
dad's head.
Jumps out of your toilet and
And he sounds like Chris
Eats-
Pratt.
Hey,
your
it's
mushroom.
me, Mario. I'm
It's a
here.
me.
that's not,
Chris Pratt.
That's not the voice. That's not the voice.
You know what? It's time for us to compare our opinions to those of those of critics who saw this. It's time for previews.
It's time for previews. It's time for previews.
I just wanted to pull a review from like a Western film reviewer, like a normal New York Times reviewer, just to see what they had to say. And this is from Banhola Dargis, who says, much of what ensues after this narrative turn is familiar, and while not everything that happens then works equally well, it's unfailingly touching. Hotsoda throws drama, meanies, and a couple of romantic rivals, predictable cuties with floppy hair, into the mix. But to his credit, the story remains focused on its heroine. Suzu is moving between two different outwardly irreconcilable worlds, each with its own textures, shapes, and colors, a divide that reflects and speaks to her internal struggles. And while she sets out to escape, what she finally needs is to find a sense of wholeness, even when everything seems broken. So, as far as Western audiences go, most of them kind of got it. Except if you're on YouTube where they're all like, oh my god, none of this makes sense. It's Iron Man is better.
Why didn't they mention 9/11 and turning red?
Why didn't they mention the January 6th invasion in fucking Belle?
It's true.
It's true. Why didn't they mention
January
it?
6th.
Why didn't
Everybody
they
was
mention
talking
it?
about it.
It would have been all over the U.
True. This movie has the same audience and Rotten Tomatoes critic score,
87%.
95.
I feel
That's
like audiences
really
are
high.
Yeah, but also not as many people see it as other films. You know, like what came out, fucking
Nope.
Morbius.
I feel like I'm in a smaller minority here, but I don't think I liked this that much. Like, I liked like certain things, but there is just so much like weirdness and unexplained shit that happens that I'm not into it.
Well, part of me kind of likes the fact there's weirdness and unexplained shit that happens, because at least that makes it interesting and not like the same cookie cutter films that we're all getting nowadays. And I also have this weird opinion that I think a lot of this would have just like been a spectacle if seen in theaters on big screens and having that music hit you, because the music sounds like it's made to be on a big screen.
I think the music was good, and some of the visuals were really good. Although I feel like a lot of the visuals just looked like normal anime stuff, but there was certain stuff that looked nice.
Yeah.
Usually when they were in the U, like that looked a lot better.
All right, Liz, Andrew, are you ready for the next part of Letterboxd, where it's 1-star or 5-star reviews, where we compare reviews on Letterboxd, and you guys have to tell us whether it's a 1-star or 5-star?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm gonna be really good at this one.
Yeah.
I just gut feeling.
Andrew usually beats me, so I'm gonna go with the assumption I'm gonna lose. So.
All right. And forgive me if I say things wrong. I'm a little out of my brain, but let's go. All right, who wants to go first? Liz?
I'll go first.
This is how I imagine my rise to TikTok fame would be like.
Okay. I go a lot of ways. 1.
That is correct. All right, Andrew, you're up.
Okay.
Metaverse propaganda. I don't want to live in VR.
1 star.
That is correct. We're 1-1, guys.
Oh no.
Andrew coming for you. All right. Yeah, Liz, you ready?
I'm ready.
Same shit happened to me in a VR chat in a Daffy Duck avatar. But Daffy is spelled D-A-P-H-Y.
Daffy Duck.
Is that how you spell that?
No, it's D-A-F-F-Y. I don't know why they spelled it that way.
Oh God. That must have been a very interesting experience. So 5.
That is correct. All right, Andrew, you're up next.
Okay.
Child abuse has been averted.
Oh, no.
I mean, I guess that is a good thing, but it's kind of a.
So many
It
questions.
sounds negative. I'm gonna put 1. I'm gonna say 1.
That is correct. All right, we're head to head.
Oh,
Liz,
God.
you
Sounds
ready?
like what I would say about like hairspray. Like we solved racism.
We solved depression, dear Evan Hansen.
All right, Liz, you ready?
I'm ready.
Better than the actual Beauty and the Beast because it's about gamers.
1.
True.
That is a 5.
Oh,
Come on, it's about gamers. It's
I
gotta
know.
be a 5-star.
A lot of people hate gamers.
All right, Andrew, you ready?
Yeah.
Everybody gangster till Dream pulls out the Doc's gun.
What the fuck?
Why Dream?
Why
I
are
don't-
Dream stands invading the Belle letterbox page?
I don't know. I was equally confused. I thought it was funny.
5?
That is correct. Liz, Andrew is taking the lead. You gotta get it back.
Oh,
All right,
no.
Liz.
And I have redemption.
Sorry, but if I download a VR app that's supposed to reveal your true self and it made me a cop named Justin, I would kill myself immediately.
True.
1.
That is correct. You're tied again. All right, Andrew, back to you.
Okay.
This is the last movie I watched before Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Okay, God.
That's not a review of the movie.
Half of
Oh
them
God. I mean, that's bad. 1?
No, that was a 5. Liz,
Wait, I
back to
don't-
you. You
I
can
didn't
take the
say
lead.
anything at all in that review. I don't.
I'm so confused.
Liz, you can take the lead.
I know. There's so much pressure.
All right. Watch with my grandma. She did not like it very much.
And she shouldn't.
This internet's too confusing for me.
What the hell is going on? I don't remember any of this.
Why is the lady so pretty?
Wait, is she not the same girl? Is that not the girl in the school? Is that a different girl?
What's happening? 5.
That is correct. Liz is
I
taking the
agree with
lead.
that, Grandma.
Andrew.
Yep.
Unrealistic because in real life the Beast would have had an army of furries at his disposal instantly.
It's so
5 stars.
That is a 1 star.
How is that a 1? Come on.
That was unrealistic. All right, Liz, you ready?
I'm ready.
Great music, 2 hearts.
Wait, what?
Great music! Exclamation point, 2 hearts.
Okay. Oh, that's 2 heart emojis. I thought they were
Yes.
rating it 2 hearts. It was like you gave away the rating, my dude.
No.
5?
That is a 1 star. Andrew, back to you.
How is that a 1?
How was that a 1 star, man? 2 hearts.
Okay.
Was it just me, or is this kind of like Beauty and the Beast?
It was called Belle.
You know what? I'm starting to see it myself.
I saw the Gaston parallel, and it's opened my mind.
1.
That is correct. Andrew, you have now tied with Liz.
Oh,
Liz, your turn.
so tight.
This film saved cinema right next to Wallace and Gromit and the Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
True, that movie's great.
That movie's. I don't. Have I seen that? Oh, I have seen that. I saw it in elementary school, probably.
I saw it in theaters. It was great. The movie's a 10 out of 10.
5.
That is a 1.
Ah!
Andrew, you can take the lead and
That's
win
a
the game
1?
here.
How is that a 1? Okay.
Actually, there's 2 more left. I lied. So disappointed in this Ready Player One meets Sing 2 remake.
I sing too. It's the same
Because
as
it's a
Sing
musical.
1.
Well, Sing 1 isn't a musical. Sing 2 technically fits the format better. 1 star?
That is correct.
Ah,
Liz, you can tie this up, but you can't win this, and you got this, all right?
all right.
Gamer moment.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay, 5.
That is correct, and you've tied the game!
You know, everybody loves gamers.
People love gamers. That's what I've learned.
Everyone loves gamers and gamer moments. It's their favorite parts of the internet.
I love gamers.
Speaking of which, before Andrew says the gamer world, let's go into a mid-show announcement and hear some other names.
I don't get to finish the round. I went second.
Nope. All right.
God
don't
damn,
have-
you're so cringe.
Musicals with cheese. cheese.
Hey guys, and welcome to the U. Whoa! We're in the digital world.
Andrew's a lion now.
Oh, and I'm a weird creature that you said I was earlier, but I don't remember.
You're an ill-defined anime animal sidekick.
I'm an ill-defined anime animal sidekick. But you know what? Today's show is brought to you by the extremely kind donations by our donors over at Patreon. Patreon is this wonderful place where you can donate to us, and you can even pick what we choose. Like today's episode was a Patreon request from Cinemageddon Reviews, and you can even join us for episodes if you reach a high enough tier. There's so much other fun stuff over at Patreon. You could have monthly hangouts where you get to spend time with me and Andrew specifically. It's a good amount of fun. You also get our weekly-ish Tangled episodes with me and Liz. We got a lot of those going on. And commentaries and such. We're going to hopefully do some more commentaries if I can force Andrew into it sometime. But, Andrew, who's currently supporting us over at Patreon?
Our current patrons are Melissa Goldman, Leighton Ackles, Danielle Renix, Jess the Stampede, Ewan Cassidy, Monica Thoreau, Mina Maniri, Brent Black, Nathaniel Stacy Coombe, Joseph Evans Green, Carrie Ahern, Mary Lou Choquette, John Vanals, Russ Walker, Musical Hell, Emily Gracie, Kyle Summers, Janae C, Scoot and the Technico Our Dreamco, Liz Lim, Allison Stoller, Nothing is Certain Except Beth and Taxes, Thespian, Ren Cohen, Raphael Martinez Salaz, Jessica T, Mitchell Young, Chai Teacup, Katie McDonough, Timothy Keys, Chris Marcotte, Mimu, Kiji Marie Anastasio, Leela, RJ Nariga, Super Antelope, Charlie B, Patrick Deering, Avery Brinson, Bjorn Hermans, Erica S., Toriana Frazier, Sammy the Most Lopez, Leanna Morton, Angela, Kylie Blazier, Birdman69, Cinemageddon Reviews, Villainous Miss, Sophina Ali, The Omega Geek, Katrin Evans, Paige Pearson, Maddie Wargle, Alana Resnick, Eliza Erdman, Anna Loskova, Cheska Vire, and Sarah Den Blake here.
These folks support us over at Patreon and give us a little extra financial support that helps us keep the lights on here at Musicals to Cheese. If you'd like to join them in supporting us and get tons of fun perks such as Patreon-like commentaries, our episodes a day early and even earlier, and a bunch of other shit, come join them over at Patreon. Alright, you guys ready to talk about some songs?
Let's do it.
Da 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 ya, da 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 ya. Musicals with cheese.
What's your favorite song from Belle, Andrew?
I think my favorite song is the one that Belle sings after she reveals herself.
I'm trying to remember that name. I think it goes la 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 la.
Is it?
They sing la. That's a good lyric.
Is it A Million Miles Away?
I
Yeah,
think
I think
it's
so.
that one.
Memories fade away. Clouds of yesterday. With no one to love. Is this life worth living?
So, how'd you like the vocals altogether, Andrew?
I think one of the strongest elements of this is that the vocals are very good and the orchestrations are very good. It's powerful sounding music.
Yes. It reminds me a little bit of the Bridgerton album.
A little bit. I can sort of hear
Like
that.
how percussion was used and for like a single female voice.
Yeah. I think I kind of had trouble hearing some of the lyrics, and I feel like they didn't really actually fit into the plot at all, unless I missed something on most of them.
They push forward. Thematically less so, but the way they're used tends to.
Okay.
If that, like, a song will happen and the way it's used will push us to a different part at the end of the song.
Yeah, but I don't think the lyrics are ever describing how someone feels in more than a superficial pop song way.
No. But they're good pop songs. Like, a good pop song is just as good as anything else, and it's not the way they're used in the movie. They don't really need to be as intense.
No, because they're almost always performances, either for an actual crowd or just practicing a song or something like that. I don't think they ever do a song where it's non-diegenic. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that's actually a thing. I don't think any music in this movie isn't non-diegetic.
Yeah.
So that's like I'm not even like talking about like I'm talking about like even interstitial score. We don't hear music when we're in the real world. It is all just the universe. We only hear music when we're in the U, and you're not unconvinced that the music isn't just the noises that the U makes. It's actually pretty interesting.
It would make sense. I didn't really notice that, but I think you are kind of right. The real world segments always felt more like bland, and it's probably because they didn't really score anything.
It's just a lot of like ambient noise and like long shots of people like traveling. So it's like you're in the real world and it's dull and you're not happy.
And the way the camera moves, they tend to lock it down in very far shots when you're in the real world, and then it moves like crazy when you're in the U. I like things like that. And the time that it really came to life was actually during the song Gales of a Song, I believe it's called. Gales of Song, which is the first moment that Belle sings in the U, and you just kind of get to be immersed in that world from that point of view, and the camera's moving intensely, and you get to see all these characters or avatars or whatever you want to call them. This scene is where it's like, oh, this is cinema. This is a movie.
Yeah.
But now that you're gone, I have to move on. Seems like everyone just smiles down at the sun. But what about me? Tell me how I will know where I should go. Oh, gales, you sing and guide me. I walk alone. There's more to life. I have to know.
And how do you like the design of Belle as the anime character?
It's interesting. She's got that like eye makeup thing going on. It looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
I guess I don't fully understand why that is the representation of Suzu, I guess. Like, why would that be? Maybe they scanned the soul and was like, you're a pop star.
Yeah.
Scan the soul and just scream
We scanned
pink
your
wig.
biometrics and you need some more anime hair.
Because, like, a lot of the other characters, like, in the U just kind of look more normal or small.
Normal or less normal.
Yeah, they're like
it's either like big abnormal or really intense normal.
yeah. It's strange, and it's like, why is she pink? I don't know. You know, but
Okay, I'm like scrolling through the movie as we're talking. The camera is moving like crazy anytime we're in the U, and the digital camera, because they didn't shoot this with a real camera. But everything shot in the real world, quote unquote, is locked down, shot, reverse shot, or wide shots. Like nothing moves. There's not a single bit of movement. It is shot like a Woody Allen film.
yeah, I think that's part of what I don't like about a lot of the movie is the real world stuff is boring.
But that's where I feel like the most emotional connection comes from.
Yeah, so they shouldn't have made it boring. They should have made it more interesting.
No,
It's not
I like the
boring.
contrast of it a lot, like because the U
Yeah, I
is
agree.
like so like energetic and fast cuts and moving cameras. Like as soon as we got to the real world, I was like, okay, I can breathe for a minute.
And also the U is, maybe it's just because I'm overstimulated as a human being at the moment. It's overstimulating. So much
Yeah,
shit
but I
at
need more
once.
simulation.
Visually.
Oh God,
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna let it pass, Liz.
I know, but I had to respond.
Someone had to say something, and I'm glad it was you and not me. But in that specifically Gales of Song, I think that song really shows how the potential of this world and how cool it could be.
You know what's really strange? I kept expecting the U
What?
to be a bad thing, you know? Like, at the end, it's revealed that, like, oh, man, people needed more of a human connection, and the U was bad. And they never do it. They never do it. They're just like, no, the U is sick.
No, why
It's
would
cool.
they?
Yeah, it's cool as shit.
I mean, I agree.
I kind of like that, though, because how often do we get that dumb, like, social media bad message, like,
yeah.
hammered in?
I absolutely fucking hate that message in movies.
It's
I fundamentally
so
disagree
lazy.
with it on a
Ready
base
Player
level.
One has
just-
that at the end. It's ugh.
It's so stupid.
We're gonna
Definitely boomers just not
We're
understanding
gonna
the internet.
turn off the VR system every Tuesday because you should go out and do stuff. It's like Tuesday's my only day off because I work like a shitty 6-day-a-week job.
And the main-
thanks.
This is my
And the
only
main
escape
character's only
from.
like, I only did this so I could like make out with my girlfriend for a day, but the rest of the week I'm gonna go online and just be.
Everyone should have a girlfriend that they make out with on Tuesdays.
and finger blast on
Oh,
Tuesdays.
don't say finger
I
blast.
would gladly finger blast
Jess,
you
you need to
Tuesday
stop saying
for
that.
hamburger today.
Please.
It's a Michigan thing.
What?
You're not gonna get him to stop. That's
What the fuck's
That's
that
how they
supposed
say
to
it there.
mean? Well, how would you say it, Andrew?
I'm not gonna say that here.
Knuckle gush? What would you say?
I'm not gonna say that here.
This is why I'm here, everybody.
Jess just wants some finger blasted Cheetos.
Get this man some Cheetos.
Let's talk about "Lend Me Your Voice," which is Belle's song to the Beast, but not from that one.
Not from the 2017 one, the Clay Superior product. Yeah.
It's not so hard living all by yourself. It isn't hard. Yes, I know that's what you say. It's what you have told yourself over and over again. In darkness.
Yeah, it's not Evermore, sadly enough, but it is.
It's
pretty
close.
good.
It's very close to Evermore, which is a
Yeah,
great
it's
song.
Great song, not rushed
Totally
together, not
I
thrown
totally
together,
don't.
not
I
sung
totally
badly.
don't only like it because Dan Stevens is singing. I have a huge crush on him anyway.
Dan Stevens can't sing it though. He sounds like Ray Fiennes when he tries to
Yeah, he
sing in
does,
Prince
So
of
Lend Me Your
Egypt.
Voice
Very attractive. Anyway, lend me
is,
your
is good, but did anyone else want the Beast to sing? Because I thought it would be really funny.
like the deep voice beast being
I
like,
mean-
okay.
I'm singing my
The thing I love, the thing I love about the Beast though is he can only open his mouth up and down. He can't really articulate in the same way to sing. So it'd be actively funny, like in a Kermit the Frog way, where you see Kermit sing and it only goes up and down. Like there's one point where he screams "Get out," but it's just like
I love the Beast so much. I don't think I've emphasized it enough, but every
Let's talk about
scene
it,
with
bud.
the Beast is I laughed like out loud every single time.
comedy gold.
Yeah, it's just like he's so it's like Shadow the Hedgehog, you know? It's like that pure edgelord energy,
Yeah.
and it's so cringe. I love it. Like Belle is there, like I love you and comfort you, and I'll help you. Like tell me who you are, and he's like, get out of here. And it's like, oh my god, dude, you gotta chill. You gotta chill out.
Take a
It's
chill
great.
pill.
I agree. How did you feel about the Beast and Belle not really having a romantic
That's
relationship?
fine. I don't really care.
I preferred that.
I thought that was a
preferred
smart
that,
move.
Honestly, just because we've seen
I
so
mean,
many
the
versions
Beast
of it
was
where there's
14,
romance.
so
Yeah, and also the Beast would be a 14-year-old boy, so you know.
How old was Suzo? Because I couldn't quite place.
I think
the
she
age
was
21.
difference.
16
That's not that big
or
an age
17,
difference.
but
all
she also
things
had a love
considered.
interest that sucked. So
she should have
Yeah.
went for kayak.
I mean,
yeah, he's cool.
Canoe Man.
one last final song I want to talk about before we wrap this up, and that is "A Million Miles Away," which is the song that Suzu sings as herself in front of the U.
Come back to me and stay by my side. I feel my heart shake. Come ease this ache. I'm standing over here, reaching for you. A million miles away. Come back and stay.
I like the song. I think that this is like the most effective moment in the entire story, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Like I understand this as an emotional catharsis. I stand it as a resolution to her arc. Everything here worked for me. And the song itself is just good. All the songs themselves are very good, as you've picked up on the clips you've heard. It's like, oh, this is
So
pretty neat.
on Spotify here, how long do you think this song is?
About 3 minutes.
8 minutes.
It has nearly 2 million streams.
It's not bad though, and I'm not saying it's 8 minutes is a bad thing.
No.
it's a good one. And yeah,
They probably kept in all the instrumental where there's dialogue
Most
happening in the
likely,
movie,
yeah.
Definitely.
although there's
and that's
there's
not
no
a negative.
radio edit from the looks of it though, which is kind of odd. You'd think there would be.
Are you getting the English version of it on Spotify?
Yes,
Okay.
and the Japanese version.
Okay. The English version.
You'd
of
think
that one.
there's a reprise as well that's 6 minutes and a half.
Might be in the
cool.
credits.
Cool
But
indeed.
good song.
Great song.
I almost feel like
Good
this
song.
moment would work better if it was like it wasn't Beauty and the Beast, and the Beast thing didn't exist, and this was just like her trying to finally be able to sing for herself and not have.
Yeah, I feel like the Beauty and the Beast thing is a bit of a distraction from the overall effective emotional plot.
Because this is like the real ending, and then there's just like more tacked on at the end where like, oh, let's go save the Beast guy.
Then there's just a goofy message about like family violence and paternal violence, which, not saying that's not a worthy story worth telling. It just feels out of place
Not
in this
particularly
story.
done. Not that it isn't done well. It's not done in depth.
No.
The like amount of depth that sort of topic would need.
It's like a twist. It's framed as a twist to an overall
Yeah.
narrative.
Like, there's a mystery on the Beast for like nearly half an hour, and it's like, oh, twist, it's a young abused child. You're like, oh, okay, this is where we're going now.
But yeah, because
okay.
there's the two red herrings, the sports guy and the
Yeah.
artist
Oh yeah, the
guy.
sports guy had a bunch of surgeries, so he has scars. That's why he might be.
But they're not on his back though.
They're
so
on his
it's-
chest.
Yeah.
Important distinction.
Not sure why they even thought it would be the sports guy.
Yeah, why did they think it was the baseball guy?
The other guy at least made sense because he had art that looked
And
the
he had like a
same
dead
as,
girlfriend, and he was like mourning her. Like, it's some shit going
Hey,
on.
girlfriend.
It was like The Crow, but he lived.
Wasn't it revealed that the girlfriend was actually alive though? I don't even remember.
I don't know. But I think it was real to not be a girlfriend or something. A lot happened with that micro plot.
I liked when they called him and he angrily put his hand in front of the camera instead of just not picking up the video call.
Guys, we got to wrap this up. What is our overall thoughts on Belle and our cheese ratings? Andrew, why don't you go first?
It's okay. I feel like there's like good stuff in here, but I think overall it just kind of falls a little bit flat for me. Honestly, I would just go listen to the soundtrack because all the good stuff is on there, and then watch some of the scenes on YouTube if you want to see the good art. I don't know. I feel like it was a bit of a slog to get through some of it. Oh well, I'm gonna give it candy cheese, which is a Japanese snack, which is just bite-sized cheese that you eat. And you know what? There's some good stuff in here, enough for a bite-sized cube of cheese.
No, that's fair. What
I
about you,
enjoyed it.
Liz?
I liked the contrast between the two worlds, and I liked the stuff with Suzu a lot. I did connect with her a lot during times, especially when like those moments when I was younger and I felt insecure. I was like, I was that teenage girl for a bit. I didn't sing. I actively cannot sing. I have no rhythm or tonality, so don't ask me to sing ever. But I enjoyed it. I think it's a decent experience. There are some sloggy bits like in the middle, but the ending is great. Like the final like song scene, like it's definitely worth the build up to that. So I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a Japanese cheesecake because it's pretty fluffy sometimes, but looks good.
It's from Japan.
It's a Be More Chill episode now.
Yeah, Andrew texted me early on in the movie. He was like, "Is this just like animated Be More Chill?"
I thought that because I'm so used to that plot that I thought that the U was going to end up being like a corruptive influence. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like Keanu Reeves.
Even
for
in
some
the,
reason.
I will say, in the book of Be More Chill, like the squip was just kind of a neutral
Yeah.
thing, where it wasn't evil. It was just a thing that existed, and it's like, oh, how do we turn you off? You know, like in the script's like, oh, you can do
The
this.
script was just
And
like,
they're
go buy
"All right,
some
I'll do
Mountain
that."
Dew. It'll turn me off real quick. Cool. All right, go drink it.
Yeah, and that's the resolution of the movie.
I read that book when I was 12.
The art of the book. Be More Chill is fine. Belle is also fine. The score is incredible. The visuals are great. If you can see it on the big screen, I think it's better than watching it alone in your house.
Unless
I
you're
feel
drunk.
like that experience.
Especially if you have COVID and you're stuck in a room.
Yeah.
Don't watch it
Yeah.
on COVID. The brain fog will make it all worse.
It does.
It was not fun to watch this on COVID. Let me just say that. And I will say I remembered a good majority of the plot accurately, despite watching this twice on brain fog and listening to the soundtrack once in English and once in Japanese. I feel like I got most of it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Visually, I wish more movies looked like this. I miss 2D animation. Sincerely, I wish that we had Western 2D that looked like this.
I completely agree.
Completely agree. The animation's gorgeous. Like,
I just wish we
yeah,
had
I feel
2D
like we didn't
animation
talk-
at all
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. but my cheese rating is U Pecorino, which is, it starts with the letter U because the U.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It doesn't just start with it either. It's a U and then a space.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the U. So that's my cheese rating. All right, guys. I think it's time we wrap this on up. Thank you guys for listening to the show. Please send us a review on iTunes. We need more iTunes reviews, and if you do, Andrew will read it aloud in our mid-show. If you write us a review right now, by the time we do our next mid-show recording, we will read the reviews in total that we get in between then and now, and it'll be a good long time because we're not recording our next episode until August 10th. So you got plenty of time to write them in. Negative, positive, we'll read them all. So get them in.
They're all gonna write negative stuff just
yeah,
so we
they
have to
are.
read it.
It'll be funny though. Either way, content, we win.
True.
We're on Spotify, Stitcher at Musicals with Cheese. We're on Twitter at Cheesy Musicals, Patreon Musicals with Cheese, Instagram Musicals with Cheese, Musu page Musicals with Cheese. We have a Patreon-only podcast called Patreon with Cheese. Email us at musicaltheaterlives@gmail.com. Our keeper of the cheese is Juliet Antonio. This show is produced by the wonderful, the incredible, the closing in on a house today, so she's moving today, Brianna Jones. Thank you for stepping in, Liz. You did an amazing job today.
Happy to be here.
Yes. Our theme songs were created by the amazing Robin Nash of IOU Music UK. Thank you to the Broadway Podcast Network for having us on the platform and for not kicking us off for talking bad about the U. I know they have that in their policy, but we got to say what we got to say. All right, guys. Is there anything else we got to say before we wrap this on up?
Don't persecute the beast.
Don't dox people.
Do dox people. It was actually a good.
That's true. The message of this movie is dox people.
Gotta dox people.
I want to hear Jess sing one of the
them.
songs from this.
Yeah, Jess, can you sing?
I'm trying to.
Go right ahead, Jess.
Go, Jess. Go sing.
There's an actual one I remember the melody to, and I want to make sure I get the lyrics right.
He's Googling.
It's not Googling. I do just want to make sure I have it right. Lend me your voice. Lend me your voice.
This is a jazz scat version of Lend Me Your Voice.
Damn, he is trying.
He's trying his best.
I didn't even look up the song. I just wanted to make sure I got the title right because I knew that one was it. Like, look it up. Compare that. Compare that to what I was saying. I think I got the melody 68% right.
68?
68? That's such a random number.
Da 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 ya, da 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 ya. Musicals with cheese.